I saw Raymond. Is Andy with us? Sandra and all of the NWTF team. Oh, amazing to see you guys. Hello, Divine. Hello, Che. Hello, everyone. Okay, so welcome. Second official pitch of the Woodrose grade 9 to grade 12 amazing girl bosses that are creating incredible social enterprises that will create an absolute huge impact in the Philippines. Thank you, Raymond, for making time for us and sharing your future feedback that you're going to be giving to the girls and exploring how we can collaborate, because we are all, as girl bosses, super inspired. I'd also like to acknowledge that we have both principals from Woodrose here with us. Hello, Che and Divine. Hello.
Evening.
Hello.
Say anything as a
Hello,
little
good evening.
to our dear principals that have created this amazing foundation for our girls. Che and Divine.
Hello, good evening, everyone, and thank you for coming. We are as excited as you are because this is going to be the first time we're having a pitch to actual potential investors. I hope the girls will be able to convince you to um, share in their undertaking, because definitely this will change the world for them and for the rest of those beneficiaries as well.
That's so true. So thank you very
Enjoy.
much again for this opportunity. I'm sure the girls are looking forward to it. And hopefully at the end of this, they either bring home the bacon and have a new product that will be out there, or at least they learn from the experience. So again, thank you so much.
Cool. And thank you, Raymond. Who else is here from your team? So Andy, Sandra, I can see that we've got amazing leaders from NWTF here with us. So as we all know, I think we've all done a lot of research around what NWTF is. It's my personal organization in the world that is creating this absolute insane impact in the Philippines and inspiring all of us around the world on how through community and collaboration, everything is possible. And NWTF has achieved, I was going to say the impossible, but they've just made it possible on empowering thousands of women on a daily basis to take them out of poverty, help them find the life purpose, and be successful for the families and the community through collaboration. So our first speaker of the day is the founder of Loop. Are you ready, Miss Girl Boss, founder of Loop? Are you good?
Yes, I'm ready.
Cool. Perfect. Do you have screen superpowers for sharing?
I was just about to ask for that.
Cool. Okay. Christian, can you give us screen power? So under the name of Pia, so if you can give Aaliyah access to it, she will be sharing her screen and we will get started. So Raymond, the girls are going to be talking to you about the business ideas for about 3 to 5 minutes maximum. And then you can ask them as many questions as possible. And the goal is that we are going to understand more about their businesses and how we can collaborate with NWTF through ideally 3 different forms. Internship, them going on the ground and being there and interviewing the women and testing out new business ideas. Collaborating with the women, so potentially buying the products or looking at ways that we can support the women with their initiatives. Or thirdly, with funding from the bank. So do we have now screen sharing powers?
Yep, I allowed it for everyone.
Perfect. Okay, you are ready.
Okay, can everyone see my screen? Just wanted to make sure.
Yep, we can see it.
Thank you so much. Okay, good evening, everyone, and thank you. Oh, sorry, Paula. I think you're on mute.
Is your first screen an island? So that's the first slide?
It's an island.
Okay, beautifully see. Go.
Okay, thank you so much for coming, all the representatives. It's such an honor to be able to speak for you tonight. And yeah, I'll get started. So I wanted to start with a bit of a trivia. Has anyone heard of this quote, "No man is an island"? And I know we're on an online setting, so thank you for those who are raising their hands to the screen. And this quote actually came from, thank you for raising your hand. This actually came from an English poet, John Donne. And the basic meaning of this quote, just to give a refresher, is that no man is self-sufficient. We all need to rely on each other in order to thrive in society. And I believe this quote is really relevant because, of course, in the Philippines, we have a population of 117 million people. And our population is scattered throughout 7,641 islands. And within these islands, approximately 17 million indigenous peoples are living there. And so just to bear in mind, with the quote, if we say that no man is sufficient on an island, we have so many different peoples scattered on these islands who are working so hard, and yet they are isolated. And this presents a huge problem because our culture is dying. These people, these indigenous people, work so hard to preserve their culture, their trade, their crafts, but they can't save it and they can't promote it because they do not have the resources or the platform. And so because of this, they struggle to sustain themselves financially, and this creates an additional threat for their culture to disappear. And so my dream is to impact 100% of the Filipino indigenous peoples. And how, you may be wondering? One bag at a time. So I know it seems kind of crazy, how are bags going to solve this problem? But it's not just any bags. These are indigenous bags. So, fun fact, did you know that on Google Trends, the Philippines actually ranks first with 100% of people searching for indigenous products? And so we see here that there's actually a huge demand or curiosity about these products. And we see here that we have a problem of indigenous people needing to sustain themselves financially. And so with these two, I present to you, it really feels like we can create a bridge and bring these two together with a solution. And here comes in Loop Crafts. So here at Loop Crafts, our motto is local opportunities with original products. So my solution is to set up an e-commerce store selling indigenous goods, designed and made by indigenous people. For the value proposition, my store can help bring unique handcrafted products, support indigenous women weavers, and preserve a dying tradition and piece of Filipino culture. So how would this work? To start off, my target market would be B2C and B2B. So given that it's an e-commerce store, of course, I would focus a lot on the consumers browsing the store, checking it out. And it's perfect because it's online, so we can reach a huge market, not just in the Philippines, but even globally. And this would be great because a lot of tourists are very curious about locally made products in the Philippines. And I added in a B2B aspect because a lot of companies now, corporate, especially the big ones, they like to give, for example, Christmas gifts to their employees, or for corporate social responsibility, they'll invest in different startups. And what better way to help fulfill that role than to buy, for example, 1,000 indigenous bags and to buy one for each of their employees? And rather than just a simple product, these bags have a story behind them because for every bag, a Filipino weaver is helped. And because of this, it generates noise, it generates curiosity, and these people who bring their bags home and show it off to their families can tell them, hey, why don't you check out this online store? And thus our market expands. So for my timeline and goals, I started simple off with 1 year to partner with specific indigenous communities to source and design products, to launch the e-commerce store on online platforms, and of course, to perform test runs, and to reach out to companies, foundations, and sponsors for support and to secure funding, and of course, to have a team and the equipment needed. Although the great thing about an e-commerce store is that there's no risk. We're just setting it up online, there's barely any cost, and we can always feel free to sort of adapt and based on the response of the customers, adjust. And of course, in 5 years, I hope I can expand my product range. Maybe from bags, we can do different types of products, clothing, maybe even candles. We can bring the store to more global platforms. And here's a favorite of mine, setting up pop-ups. Because a lot of tourists always stay in the airports or hotels, and all they need to see is a pop-up. There's a QR code that leads to the store. And the best part is, I noticed with Filipinos, a lot of them like to see the product itself, get a feel of it, see how it looks, and then they order it online to have it delivered to them. So this would be a great way to have exposure and really make ourselves known. And of course, lastly, to establish and maintain the relationships with different companies and to partner with more communities. So as for my impact and sustainability, I did a little bit of math here. And did you know that the average Filipino earns about $10 a day? So I converted it from Filipino pesos at about 603 pesos per day. That's about $10. And that's even less than the minimum wage they make in the States. So that means they make about $200 a month, which if you think about it is barely enough to cover their needs for food, for clothing, and for their families. And it's not at all sustainable. And so I want you to look at these bags over here. These are bags that are found on Etsy. They're made by big consumer brand companies. In fact, the picture on the right is from Paula. She actually saw this store on an airport. I believe it's Saint Laurent. And if you see these styles of the bags, they have the typical woven style. It's like the material is wove together. And if we can see, it looks very similar to indigenous bags. And look at the price. I mean, it's around $200. So one bag is already worth the salary of one Filipino who's making minimum wage, which a lot aren't even making that much. And I want you to see these bags over here. Now, these are the bags made by local Filipino artists. On the left is a bag from Cultura. This is a really great website where they reach out to different communities and they help promote the bags that are made by local weavers. And the two on the right are actually, there, real life examples. If you look at Paula's screen, she was so kind to lend me these photos and she was showing them to me about how beautiful and how stylish they are. And you can use them for so many different things. And this may be my personal bias, but I personally find these a lot more beautiful and a lot more practical than the bags we see over here, where it's very bright. It's not exactly sure like what theme they're going for, but these have a story behind them and you can really see our Filipino roots. And so if we sell one handbag a day, let's say at $100, and this is less than the bag on Etsy, and let's say we sell it for about 20 days, that means one weaver can make $2,000 a month, from 200 to 2,000. And if we were to calculate that, that means one woman's income can grow by 900%, which is crazy because that's just for one person. So if we were to apply this math to the 17 million people, let's say if I help about 100 women in the first 6 months, we can help them raise about $1,820,000. And I tried to stay on the practical side here. So I took about 10% away just for business operations. The profit is still over $1 million. And imagine how much change this can make for one person's life. And of course, here at Loop Crafts, we're not just focused on the profit. This is personally my favorite part of the business and the reason why I came up with the name. With a loop, we're always talking about looping things back together and back where we started. So my concept is that with every bag that you buy, it comes with a card, a picture of the person who made it, and a letter from them explaining their story, how they made the bag, and you have the option to send a letter back to them. So it's really looping in the indigenous communities to the consumers and to the people here. And that way we can form a connection, hopefully a lasting one. Who knows, maybe later on, one person will just keep buying bags from the same person, create friendships. And I really do believe this really adds a personal touch to the bags and a story behind them as well. And of course, this would be really great for those who want to promote it. We can even create the hashtag #LoopIt. And so what I like to joke with Paula is like, we all know how to Google it or Facebook it. Who knows, maybe one day people can say, oh, I looped this bag, I looped it. And so to end my presentation, I really want to save the Philippines, one bag at a time. And people may say that's kind of crazy, but then again, all the world changers were called crazy at one point. And so with Loop Crafts, I hope to change the world on my own someday. And I would really love to partner with the Negros Women for Tomorrow Foundation. Thank you so much.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. And happy birthday!
Oh, thank you.
During the time on your special day, happy birthday. Thank you for the amazing idea. We love you and we love your business. Raymond, Andy, Sandra, what are your thoughts and how do you think we can collaborate together with NWTF?
Thank you. Thank you. That was a very good presentation. Brilliant idea. The bags actually came from a real client of NWTF, Paula. I think Paula gave you told you that story already. But a couple of things. How do I go about this, Paula? Do I go and hit on the 3 things that you mentioned, or do I ask questions?
The idea is for us to collaborate. So do you have any questions so that based on the answers, we can explore how we can collaborate? So in this case, you're graduating in a few months. So we could obviously go over to Bacola, be based there for a while, or do an internship before we finish grade 12. So we've got grade 9s all the way to grade 12. And the first case of Loop is a grade 12 project.
Yeah. Well, for us, couple of things. One thing is we can link you directly to a IP community within the area where we operate. Maybe if that's okay with you, you can go there, we introduce you, and then understand what they need really, and do they have the right skills to be able to make these bags or whatever handicrafts or whatever product you have. I think with your business, with your idea and your business model, it doesn't really involve that you stay there for quite some time. It's more of putting in that, giving them that idea, open, and for you also learning about the possibilities more than anything. The e-commerce store will be another challenge for you, because that's gonna the challenge there is really how you drive people to that channel, right? When there are already existing channels as well. I mean, both are good ideas, but I guess it's a matter of testing out the waters as well. B2B is definitely one area where you can really leverage on that, and we'd be happy with our clients. We'd be happy to help you with that. And here is how we can help you there, other than the connection. We can make sure that we can give out a loan to that client. That way, normally social enterprises, I'm actually in Manila today I just attended the social enterprise conference. And social enterprises, typically their issue is when they try to help the community doesn't really have any cash, for that matter. So you advance everything, the materials or even the labor, because when they work on that, they need to be eating as well. They need to buy for food. So yeah, we can do that and subsidize the loan. That way it gives you some runway as to your cash flow as well. But yeah, happy to work on that. Andy, Sandra, anything?
Yeah. Hi, evening. Actually, I really like the part also where you're really trying to connect the client with the IP community, where they can write letters to each other, hopefully form that friendship and bond, and have that connection and have maybe a consistent source of income for them as well. So and that's one way I think you can help as well, because these the IP communities that we work with definitely will need help on that aspect.
Okay. So I will connect you guys on a separate email, group by group, and then you guys can continue the conversation from there. Sandra, if you ever want to speak, just turn on your microphone and camera, and then we'll have you giving feedback as well. So our second group now is Summit Speak. Girls, are you ready?
Yes, Paula.
Go
Just
for it.
give me a few seconds to share my screen, if that's okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. Can you see it?
We can.
Okay. Here we go. Okay, so good evening, everyone. Good evening to our esteemed guests. Before I officially begin this presentation, I would like to give you a little bit of background on this graphic. So I think we can all understand that we all experience a few struggles in public speaking, in the sense that we cannot always be able to translate our thoughts into words properly, or be able to connect and relate to our audience. And with this, I would also like to present to you a statistic. So did you know that 75% of people cite the fear of public speaking as one of their greatest fears, with death being a close second? And with this in mind, we also know that poor spoken language and communication skills are closely linked with social disadvantage.
So what exactly is our solution? Well, introducing Summit Speaks. Reach your peak with Summit Speaks. So what exactly is Summit Speaks? We are an educational enterprise that focuses on developing an enhanced linguistic ability for women in lower income communities. So we would collaborate with organizations that are centered around this. And we'd also work as an independent unit, but then we'd provide services like workshops, training programs to upskill existing employees in interested firms. And our market is 16 to 25-year-old Filipino women in lower income communities. So you may be asking, why this age specifically? Well, at this age, people are really starting to build a foundation for their futures, basing what they're doing now on their career. So we really want to help them.
And with this in mind, we'd also like to present to you the overall revenue model that me and Ariana kind of formed through Summit Speaks. So we noticed that a lot of the revenue and a lot of the profits come from working with corporate sponsorships and partnerships, as well as handling placement and training fees. So with this in mind, it's when catering to women with no access altogether, by partnering with foundations that support the development of women's education, and also catering to companies hiring us as a training pool for female prospective hires. Now, we'd also like to hone in into our value as Summit Speaks as an educational enterprise. So first, collaborating with Summit Speaks would enhance your company's merit, tying it to an important cause and strengthening your reputation among investors and consumers alike. And second, recruiting Summit Speaks for your company not only ensures that your current employee skills are taken to the next level, but it secures the future of your company by giving exclusive access to talented prospective hires whose prowess will only evolve through us. And now I'd also like to stress the sustainable development goals that are meant to be targeted through this educational enterprise. So first, we have partnerships for the goals: gender equality, quality education, decent work and economic growth, reduce inequalities, industry, innovation, and infrastructure, and most importantly, poverty.
And of course, tackling this market, we will have competitors. So they consist of TED Ed, public speaking institutes, and Coursera. So I myself have had experience with Coursera, and their main modality for learning is through videos or articles or things like that. And the reason why there are competitors is because majority of their services are free. So this brings us to the question, what exactly makes Summit Speaks different? I'd say what makes us different is the fact that our modality is one-on-one coaching. So it gives people a more personalized training, because in speaking, of course, everyone has their different skill sets, their strengths and their weaknesses. So we're really tapping into that by giving them the individual training that they need through us. And so this is a sample product, how a workshop program will go. So this is the Summit Speaks 4-week workshop. Week 1 would be based on content making and idea building. Week 2 would be all about speaking. So it's voice modulation and projection. Week 3 would really be all about engagement and flow when you're talking. And lastly, week 4 would be authenticity, relatability, vulnerability, and other factors that would contribute to a good performance.
Now, we'd also like to stress the existence of our growth and expansion plan. So to summarize basically all the points that are presented in this slide, our plan is to start as a basis of partnering with organizations such as PEPI or even She's the First, which really mainly focus on upscaling and uprising a lot of women and their social status in their lives. And then as we go on, we're planning to expand to also educate the students in order for them to be competent in other languages so that they may be able to communicate with those of foreign languages and those who come from different communities. And then as we progress and as the students kind of gain more knowledge in our program, we also plan for them to gain employments with several partnerships or even go back to our company and work as language professionals so they may also teach future students.
Okay, so now we're tackling the sustainability aspect. So really zeroing in on ensuring that our students not only have a future or build their future within the program, but also when they exit the program. So making sure that they can really catapult themselves towards higher income households living very sustainably. And in terms of within the company, sustainability practices would be displayed by our rehiring initiative. So this was briefly mentioned before, but it's basically when our students or earlier batches of students graduate, and if they don't really have the professional background to directly go into corporate, or they don't want to make an effort towards entrepreneurship, what we can do is that if they prove that they really excel in the program and they're good at teaching, we can rehire them as language professionals.
And so this, we also like to stress the importance of asking all of you guests for not exactly.
They made like a pro there.
Oh, sorry. May I continue speaking? Okay, thank you. So with this in mind, we'd also like to ask for your help, not exactly in a financial aspect, but basically in order to kind of help us gain a little bit more knowledge and also a little bit more partnership. So will really allow us to create a really strong foundation wherein with this, it's quite stable and we'll be able to expand in order to not only reach our target market, which is, of course, girls within 16 to 25-year-olds in impoverished communities, but also those of older ages and also even younger ages, for them to also reach a lot of levels of competency in the workforce or in any industry they plan to join. And with this, we thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much. Sandra, go ahead.
Hi, Aki and Ariana. Your presentation was amazing, and I like your tagline. Reach your peak with Summit Speaks. It's very good. It's very catchy. I have a marketing background, so it's very catchy. And I think we're already working also in something similar, social enterprise. It's called Bagosphere. That's what they do also, but I think their market is like older. So I really like that you're targeting the younger, giving them the confidence to go in and get ideas, and they can gain the confidence to speak. And then I've also talked to like our clients. You're afraid to share unless you speak to them. So your program here, I know, will really be needed in the market. And I think that's it for me.
And
Yeah. Sorry, you'll have to forgive my voice. I'm feeling a little bit under the weather. Yeah. I like that you're upskilling young women, and I think that really is a skill that is lacking in most. So yeah, we would love to connect you. I think there's a possibility. Correct me if I'm wrong, but like where they can also train new hires, right? Or new hires, or women that we work with actually who need help communicating better.
correct. One low-hanging fruit, I think, where you can really test this out is working with existing incubators in the country who actually incubate, especially senior high or university students with their ideas. There are a lot in Metro Manila. Alone, we can refer you to one, but there's if you work with the 3 government agencies, DOST, DTI, and what's the other one? DICT. They have a list of those incubators that are based in the universities. There is funding there from the government itself. So, and the biggest thing that's lacking to most of this, they have, some of them have very good ideas, some of them have very good technical backgrounds, but it's usually in the pitching and communicating it is one. I'll tell you one thing without putting them on the spot, because some of you might actually know people there, but there is because we were listening to a pitch 2 weeks ago by people from UP Manila PGH, Philippine General Hospital. They have the best of ideas in terms of medicine and bringing it to the countryside and making sure that the poor people benefit from it. But they really need a lot of help in terms of communicating it, so that well, it's all there already. They know even the commercialization side of it, but they're just not able to communicate it properly. I think that's very one low-hanging fruit. Or even just working with college universities. I mean, with the universities and the students, they usually have these kinds of things. And then the other thing that I'd like to work on, I'd like you to take note, is that graduates or people or even people who are taking up this course, since this is a one-on-one thing for you guys, I think one thing that they'd benefit from, especially people from the younger people, this generation basically, that you want to target, really benefit from when you create groups, whether they be in social media or the like, but when they can relate to one another, they can point other people taking the same course in the right direction, particularly where the jobs are available. Or even just one last thing, small menial jobs. We get a lot of that here in Metro Manila now. Cleaners, cleaning companies, and other first level job. I think a little bit of communication can help them as well. Not only be better, provide better service, but more importantly, even get more sales for their companies. That's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the feedback.
Thank you.
Amazing work, girls. Okay, next group is Teach Her. Savvy, are you going to be sharing a screen?
Yes.
Perfect.
I will. I'm on iPad right now, so I'm gonna try to wait. Hold on. Where is it?
Do you want to work out the technology and then we bring the next group?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So next one will be Connect Her, grade 11.
Wait, sorry, Paula, are we presenting?
You can go. Yes,
Okay,
definitely.
okay. Katie, can you screen share?
Yeah, sure thing. Just a moment.
Good luck, girls.
Can the screen be seen?
We can see it.
Okay, great.
Okay, thank you. Can I start, Paula? Okay, great. Picture this. In the Philippines, 40% of skilled individuals find themselves in jobs that don't match their qualifications. And when it comes to educated Filipino women, despite their high school or college degrees, they often end up in lower service roles like housemaids, domestic helpers, or even laundry workers. But now we are offering a game-changing solution that can change the future of the Philippine economy and job market for the better. Raymond and Andy, Woodrow's and Academy of Entrepreneurs representatives, welcome. And thank you for taking the time to listen to our presentation.
So Connector will be an application that will address the underemployment of women in Metro Manila, Philippines, by providing specialized workshops and resources, as well as fundamental knowledge and tools, allowing them to build strong job application profiles. We aim to empower women through meaningful employment and financial independence.
So what exactly is Connect Her? Connect Her is a transformative mobile application that empowers women in Metro Manila by facilitating skill development and connecting them with job opportunities that align with their own capabilities, thus addressing critical gender disparities in the workforce and fostering economic independence. So in the Philippines at present, a significant amount of women around various areas in the Philippines face the challenge of limited access to quality employment opportunities, primarily attributable to skill development and a lack of equitable job prospects. So the solution we are providing now is Connect Her. Connect Her provides offline lessons and resources, including resume building, job application, skill development, and essential life skills. It equips women with the knowledge, tools, and job listings that match their skills for success in the Philippine job market. And why exactly is Connect Her an app? Well, apps are more accessible, especially since most Filipinos have phones instead of computers. And with a mobile app, one could download all of these materials to stream offline anywhere they are, and so that not a lot of bandwidth is wasted and cellular signal is consumed as well. And of course, unlike most website-based platforms, an app does not require Wi-Fi.
So what exactly makes Connector different? First of all, we empower we empower underemployed women in Metro Manila by equipping them with the skills, confidence, and access to job opportunities. And we don't just teach how to be a stronger applicant, but we also provide the tools and resources to look for a job based on your current skill set. Additionally, these resources will be offline. So this is our revenue models. So there's going to be stuff like paid one-on-one mentoring and advanced specialized courses. So these will be optional if they want more from the app and they have to pay for it. And of course, there will be in-app advertising. So other companies can choose to advertise as long as they pay us. And then the market, we aim to go for unemployed women and overqualified women in Metro Manila, Philippines, because Manila is the most populated area in the Philippines, and most people tend to come here for job opportunities.
Like most corporations and businesses in the Philippines and anywhere else in the world really, there will always be competitors. And for Connector, the competitors we have identified would include existing online learning platforms like Coursera, job search platforms, and even women-focused empowerment initiatives. However, Connector distinguishes itself by providing personalized career guidance and local company partnerships. However, at Connector, we don't want to view these competitors as competition, but we want to view them as opportunities to grow and, of course, collaborate.
So this is our timeline and goals. So for the first few months, that's when we're going to do our market research. And then following that, we're going to develop the app. And hopefully by the 9th month, we wish to launch the application. And then by months 10 to 18, we're going to get user feedback to improve the application furthermore. And then for months 19 to 24, that's when we're going to see like how much impact Connector actually has. And hopefully by past month 24, we want to be able to be sustainable, meaning we're going to be able to make our own money and like really profit off of this.
Mm-hmm. And of course, at Connector, we intend to benefit both the company and worker through the use of this app. Connector benefits the companies by providing a pool of skilled and empowered potential employees. And of course, it benefits the workers by offering better job opportunities and the potential to earn money to support themselves and even their families, to buy necessities such as like food and water and even goods. And Connector empowers women in Metro Manila through reducing gender disparities and enhancing economic independence. It also fosters economic growth by connecting women with suitable job opportunities and minimizes its carbon footprint, aligning with the broader sustainability and even global agendas as seen in the UN SDGs. So we kindly request your help for promoting Connector among your esteemed clientele and within your internal networks as well. Your endorsement will not only boost our visibility, but also affirm the credibility and significance of our mission. And of course, like any good business partnership, we propose something that goes beyond financial support. We propose a partnership and a collaboration with you to tap into your extensive network, industry knowledge, and resources. And by joining hands, we can create synergies that will benefit both parties and contribute to the empowerment of women in the Philippines. And Connector is actively seeking funding to fuel our expansion and reach. And we believe that you could play a crucial role in supporting our vision. We are open to discussions regarding the terms and conditions, of course. And if you need anything, you may contact us through the emails on the following slide. Because as a whole, Connector isn't just a platform. It's an investment for the future, an opportunity to make a profound and lasting impact on the Philippines and the Filipino women. Because by empowering women, by providing powerful resources and creating pathways to meaningful employment, we are not only breaking down barriers, but also building a prosperous future for us all.
So please help us through promoting our app and helping us expand our reach and network through different connections that we in turn can help. Join us in our journey where we can connect women together and create a better society for us all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Amazing, beautiful business skills.
Yep.
Sandra, Andy, Raymond.
Yep. Thank you so much. And again, amazing presentation. I'm super impressed with all the ideas you guys have, and how you find the problems and how you spot problems and opportunities. So it's really impressive. Just wondering what so there's definitely potential there, right? In terms of we at NWTF, of course, help women find employment through entrepreneurship. But I think there's also a big opportunity in helping them find employment in companies as well. So there really is a potential for that, and that's something that I think we can explore as well.
Okay, thank you so much.
And the opportunity of working with the women's kids, because when I was visiting them, they were talking about a lot about how the children were graduating from college. So this would be a very good partnership as well for both the communication skills that they need to develop from interview to confidence with the previous business, and then with this business with the skills as well. So really,
Yes.
I was gonna go into that, and you can work with really large companies, especially in Metro Manila or even with us. That this can be part of the mental health program of existing large corporations, and large corporations these days. Anybody who has more than 100 employees has a mental health program, just to keep employees. But this one is really, companies nowadays already recognize that not everybody can stay with them, and I think this is one way to help everybody. And working with companies will also allow you to test your prototype. I know that's a very general idea, but here I think what you should be doing is test out as to the skill or the particular area which you want to put, or the topic that you want to put on your app. This will allow you to really narrow it down to the specific areas where you can help the women employees. The other part is the other revenue model you can look at is there are companies that are involved in or do CSR with women in business or women in employment. I cannot name them now, but it's very easy to look at it. To look it up. I've been to several events here in the Philippines that they do that. There are incubators and there are groups in the country that meet. I can share that with you offline. That actually do networking meetups every quarter in Metro Manila, and that's very easy to take there. I guess for us, what we can do at NWTF is when you have this prototype as to which particular areas you want to help them, we can do that large scale research or large scale testing with what Paula said, the children of our clients, especially those that are graduating or just started work. Yeah, thank you very much, but very impressive presentation.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sabi, do you have your presentation ready, or do we go into Andrea's presentation with Connect Clean? You good? Ah, cool. Perfect. We can see your screen. Go for it. Good luck. Sabi, you're on mute.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Okay.
Go. Start from the beginning. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I would like you to meet Princess Garcia. Princess Garcia is a 15-year-old single mother who dropped out of high school to take care of her child. Unfortunately, in the Philippines, there are 3 million other Princess Garcias, since in the Philippines, there are almost 3 million high school dropouts. And when women drop out, they can't find decent jobs, which is why we have our solution, Teacher, a social enterprise that aims to help women in the Philippines graduate through mentorship and life coaching programs. Did you know that mentoring can save the future of girls through decent jobs? Which is why we are partnering with the biggest and fastest growing franchises and retailers in the Philippines. And through this, we will be bridging the gap between employers who need qualified employees and dropouts who need good jobs. So how are we going to do this? Well, the answer lies in hospitality and job training, personalized mentorships and life coaching in public schools, which will include academic coaching, monthly networking for girls aged 16 to 18 in public schools, so they know who to associate with in order to get good jobs, along with a bonus, which is free childcare. And This is because we found out that a big factor as to why girls are dropping out, it's because they fall pregnant and they can't pursue an education because they have to take care of their children. So by giving them free childcare, we will liberate them in order so that they can pursue their education. So how are we going to achieve the free childcare, the mentoring, the networking? How are we going to do it? Well, the answer is through corporate sponsorships from our partner franchises and retailers. And why would big corporations like McDonald's, Jollibee, why would they want to work with us? Well, that's because we are providing them with qualified women to work, enhance social responsible reputations, along with free advertising on our website. And in order to accomplish all of our plans, we need a budget of specifically 750,000 Philippine pesos. We plan to do all of this through our website, which will include an application for volunteer mentors and caretakers, donation and sponsorship buttons and forms, as well as an exhibition of students and graduates who are eligible for scholarships and employment. So once we've received the funds, how is it going to circulate? Well, our money will go towards social media marketing so that more companies will be exposed to our cause and so that they would want to join. Mentor management so that the mentors of our students will be able to cater to their very specific needs. Food and transportation in order for our students to be comfortable, along with academic resources like books, pens, pencils, school supplies, anything they need so that they can achieve their academic goals. So what's next? How will teacher achieve work and achieve longevity? Well, the answer is through job fairs. And have you ever heard of the term speed dating? Well, we have incorporated the term speed dating into job fairs to circulate faster. And in addition, we will be receiving 5% of the salaries earned by students and graduates from their first job. So our business will achieve longevity through as more high school graduates get employed, we will receive 5% of their salary, which will increase our funds for marketing, which will help more companies inquire and hire our graduates. And the cycle would just go on until our company really, really expands throughout the nation. And of course, just like any other business, we have our competitors like She Talks Asia and Girl Scout Game. But what sets us apart from our competitors is that we really want to empower women through providing them with jobs so that they can support themselves and their families. And here is our timeline. So for months 1 to 2, we have sponsorship funding and planning. For months 3 to 4, it will be launch and recruitment. For months 5 to 6, it will be mentorship program. For months 7 to 8, it will be community engagement. For months 9 to 10 will be progress assessment. And months 11 to 12 will be our planning for expansion. And how many women do we plan to help? So in our first year, we plan to do around 20 women to test the waters, to find out what we can do better so that on our 20th year, we can help over 150,000 women. And of course, none of this would be possible without our amazing team. So we have Sam Academia, Margie Pua, Sabi Natividad, me, Celine Leonia, Tashi Barola, and of course, our advisor, Paula Mills. Mr. Raymond, Mr. Andy, and Miss Sandra, we need a big favor from you. Can you please connect us to 3 franchisers in the Philippines? This would be greatly appreciated. And with that, thank you so much. And you can contact us through our Gmail.
I love this business as well.
Thank you. Thank you. Sans, go ahead.
Hi, Sabi. Wow, that's a great ask that you're asking from us. But you're doing an amazing job. That was a great presentation. I'd like to point out that one of your points was that I really like was you identified the free childcare, because that's a very point of most single mothers, because they have to go home because of their kids. They have to take care of their kids. So that's an amazing job that you identify that one. And I think one of the most that you need to do is your corporate sponsorship. I think you need to identify the CSR of the franchisees that you like to target, your big franchisees that you want to get, because you need to see which of them is really involved in empowering women so that you could get like the big chunk of their budget. And then you also need to think about when you're marketing it, how to get the women that you want to help, and also the women that are willing to help you, your mentors. I think that's for me. Sure.
I'm gonna add in. Thank you, thank you very much. Very nice presentation. I think brilliant idea. Free childcare will be a very big challenge, though. But here's the thing. I have in mind. Well, I have in mind a couple of companies. They're not the multinationals or the big corporations that you're asking for, though. But I'll just give you an example without mentioning their name yet, because I don't know them very well. But there are like cleaning companies, and I think I mentioned that earlier, and even the fast foods, especially fast food companies, especially if you rather than look at it from a CSR standpoint, which you can really sell it from a CSR standpoint, you look at it that they sponsor you, but they benefit also, so that whoever you train, your beneficiaries, actually work for them. It can just be, free childcare may not necessarily be the childcare that you and I are imagining now, but it can actually be flexible work hours for these people, when in fact, it's a little bit difficult from what they currently practice. But like, for example, if there are flexible jobs within, let's say Jollibee, and they can only work 4 hours and then a break in between, so that they can go home, look check on their kids just when they come home from school. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I think those are the things. Again, there are, I think you guys in general, you should be looking at companies that are really promoting women empowerment and the women culture here in the Philippines. There are a lot. Most of you guys, I think, are from Alabang. Insular has a very big program on women empowerment. Their chairman of the board is one of the strongest ones leading women empowerment here in the country. Look at it. She rose, and it doesn't. People with that, they don't necessarily need to. Your beneficiaries don't necessarily need to work, but they can be insurance agents in the communities, and a lot of the insurance companies now are working on smaller products, micro insurance products, which will allow them access to people within the communities which they actually target to be selling their products. So I think that's a good one. That's one. But yeah, if you can reach us online, I'd be happy to ask around and see potential things like this. And just one more thing. The LGU, local government units, are actually working on this, because they have, I think Paula knows this very well, there is such a thing as GAD budget, gender and diversity budget. In our conference yesterday, the local government of Quezon City actually mentioned this, and they're giving something like anywhere from 5,000 to 10,000 pesos for exactly like this, single mothers to be able to start a business, or subsidize themselves to find a job. Yeah.
Yes. Go. Keep going forward. As you can see, here's potential. Next group, Connect Clean. Are you ready? You good, Andy?
Yes.
Oh, perfect. Over to you. Good luck.
Okay, can you see my screen?
We can.
Okay, so good evening, everyone. Before I introduce myself and start my pitch, I'd like to ask you 2 questions. And if it's possible, I'd like you guys to participate by clicking the raise hand button. So for my first question, have you ever bought or at least seen a relative of yours buy a product from these brands? Okay, so next question. Do you think plastic pollution is prevalent in the Philippines? Okay, so a fair lot of you raise your hands to these questions. But how are these questions of mine related to my business? So I welcome you to Connect Clean, Elevate Lives, Clean the Philippines. I am Angie Dizon, a grade 10 Para-Fudjo school student, and I created Connect Clean with the aim to give a platform to small local Filipino manufacturers by white labeling their produce, specifically weaved goods and handcrafted goods, and making them more accessible to a broader audience. So we're also going to have a buy one, give one motive. So for every weaved good sold, a portion of the proceeds will go to the project of cleaning up the Philippines' tourist destinations. Take a look at this basket from Pottery Barn. It is priced at $39.50, and that's approximately around 2,000 pesos. And if you compare it to these baskets made by Domesticity, a Filipino brand, it is significantly cheaper and priced at 895 pesos only. How are these 2 baskets related? I'm going to get to that later, so just you wait. Now, I mentioned earlier that the proceeds will be used to help clean up tourist destinations. But why tourist destinations exactly? In the Philippines, there are 3.8 million inbound arrivals of tourists in the months of January to July in the year 2023. And considering that we're a tourist hotspot, there are many negative impacts of tourism in the Philippines, such as the increased rate of plastic pollution. And the Philippines annually generates 2.7 million tons of plastics, and 80% of tourist destinations are located in coastal areas and are more susceptible to plastic pollution. So we have our target area, the target area we want to clean. But who is our target audience? Our target audience would be hotel industries and resorts in the Philippines. Why resorts? And why hotel industries? The 2 are in the same line of business. And as I mentioned earlier, 3.8 million tourists come in the Philippines. And where would they stay? Hotels and resorts. So we can take this opportunity to offer our products. We're not just limited to baskets. The products are endless. We could offer carpets or light fixtures that are locally made. And we're also actively promoting our product at the same time. So here's our revenue model. Partnerships and sponsorships, product profits, government funding, and crowdfunding. And relating this back to the 2 baskets earlier, one basket is significantly cheaper and is made of locally sourced materials, which also makes our products more affordable for both the hotels and resorts. The Sustainable Development Goals addressed would be decent work and economic growth, partnerships for the goals, climate action, life below water, life on land, and good health and well-being. For our timeline and goals, for the first 2 years of Connect Clean, we're just going to be partnering with one hotel so we can gain experience. And then for years 3 to 5, we're going to be expanding our range. For the first year, we're going to be collecting 12 tons of trash, the second year, 24 tons of trash, so on and so forth. But have you ever considered who would help us collect the trash? So for the first year of Connect Clean, we're going to be heavily relying on affiliating with businesses and corporations who seek to enhance their corporate social responsibility, like these corporations and businesses right here. And here are examples of the trash that we're going to be collecting. And for our value proposition, Connect Clean offers you more than just products. We provide a bridge to a community of small Filipino manufacturers who face marketing challenges. What's more, we've innovatively partnered with hotels and resorts to utilize weaved goods sourced directly from these manufacturers, promoting the use of locally made products from the Philippines. If you take a look at this, Sorsogon, it is a place in the Philippines, and those provinces in the Philippines have these little booths on the sides of the streets, and these manufacturers don't have the means of marketing and advertising their products as well as those in Baguio. And as many businesses have, Connect Clean also has a competitor, such as B1G1, which also has the buy one, give one motive. But what makes us unique is that we redefine the buy one, give one concept with an impactful twist. So while you enjoy high quality, locally made products, your purchase becomes a catalyst for positive change. Connect Clean's impact lies in empowering local Filipino artisans, preserving the environment through tourism cleanup initiatives, and promoting sustainability by offering unique, locally made products. Possibilities. Earlier, I mentioned that there were 4 ways that we could profit from this. But have you considered where exactly are we going to be putting the plastic? There's one way we can profit from this, and putting them in recycling centers is not the way. So we can profit by upcycling the plastics and making them into new furniture, which could potentially be in hotels and resorts. This is just a possibility, but I believe that Connect Clean in the future would be able to make this come true. So Connect Clean needs your help. We need your help to connect us to at least one hotel and one resort so we can start making a positive impact in the Philippines. Thank you so much for listening. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach me in these emails. Thank you so much.
Amazing, Angie. Very good.
And
Yeah, amazing presentation, Andy. I think protecting the environment is actually one of the core things that we do at NWTF as well. So there's definitely potential to work with there. In terms of connecting you with hotels, here in Bacolod, we do have a network of hotels that we can connect you with. I don't know if you want to go that route or you want to stay in Manila where it will be easier for you guys to connect with them. And I really like the part also where you it's also been a thing that I've been working on where to take plastics. I like the idea that you're upcycling it and not just taking it to recycling centers because that is a very big challenge as well. So yeah, there's that. There's definitely hotels that we can connect you with, resorts that we can connect you with, and we can you can reach out to us if that's something that you want to do here in Bacolod specifically, where our network is a lot stronger than in Manila.
yeah, and just adding, I just want to add on to Andy's comments there. Well, first, very good presentation, very innovative idea. Yes, I think one thing that would resonate with a pilot hotel or a pilot resort is really if it's also the products of the people within the community where they operate, because that's usually an issue, especially in tourism areas, particularly in the islands and more remote areas where, you have a 5-star hotel, a 4 or 5-star hotel, and then the people in the community do not really benefit from it. So if it's in the same area as where the producers are, that would be brilliant. Actually, that would be very ideal. I think the Ayala Group does a very good job of something like that in El Nido. But there are definitely other areas in the country that need a lot of help and also need a lot of cleaning. So yeah, and the other thing that Andy didn't mention is that I'm not sure if you know about Wala Usik in the circular economy. We have a program. It was a program formerly by a different nonprofit organization, but which NWTF has recently adopted on circular economy, and we have a specialist on that in our team, particularly mine and Andy's team. So we can connect you to her just to give you some ideas and maybe give you a wider network, especially if you want to work on other places here in the country. Thank you very much.
Amazing girls. Okay, next group, grade 9s. Nurture and I can see your cameras on. We are ready for you girls.
Hi, Paula. We're just setting up the presentation. Okay. This is Nurture Nanay, nurturing futures one mom at a time.
Did you know that there are 14 million single mothers currently in the Philippines? That means over 17% of them live below the poverty line. Yes, that's over 700,000 single mothers that live under poverty. So, here at Nurture Nanay, our mission is to empower single mothers by offering and donating the essential newborn packages to ease the journey for all new mothers and empower them through support and employment opportunities. So, we offer curated quality maternity packages, which offers peace of mind for the new mothers who are just overwhelmed by the amount of choices and lack of time that should be spent with their new family member. Each purchase will also help us support low-income single mothers across the Philippines.
So, our solution is called the Bundle of Joy, a subscription package that contains all the essentials for both mothers and their babies. These will include diapers, feeding supplies, clothing, medicine, and more. We hope to partner with these brands, such as Johnson & Johnson, Huggies, to sponsor the products for our packages. And yeah. So these packages will be delivered during the important stages during a baby's growth. So let's say during their newborn stage, when they're 6 months, and when they're 1 year old. And of course, the products in the package will change depending on the baby's needs during that age. So our business has two parts. So for our e-commerce and stores, this is for moms who are in the middle class or in the upper middle class. And how this works is items are sourced from our manufacturers. They're packaged by the moms who we employ, and their bundle is sold online and delivered directly to the customer. And for every bundle purchased from this system, it will help us provide a free bundle to a mother in high risk or the low income. These will be distributed in hospitals or women's centers to provide for the mothers in need. So our biggest competitors are BumpBox, other subscription services, mother care, and online platforms like Lazada, Shopee, or Amazon. So for BumpBox and mother care, both of these obviously cater to an audience that is more privileged, of course, and who have the means and the time to buy these products and, of course, go to the store to get them one by one for their baby. And while you may say that online platforms provide more options, cheaper options, and the delivery can be convenient, it's just these moms who have already so many responsibilities, they don't have the time to go through all of these options and see which one is like of high quality and like suits their baby. But our solution solves all of these problems. It's cost effective, it's convenient, and it's guaranteed that all of these products are of high quality. So we plan on growing our business by 50 subscribers every month. And we plan on doing this by promoting it in organizations for single moms, referrals from our mom customers, promoting it in mom Facebook groups, and even flyers at hospitals.
Now, one of the things that us at Nurture Nanay values is how we can make our business sustainable. Thus, we are working towards the following United Nations SDG goals. First, no poverty. We are able to offer employment and financial support to single moms, getting them out of poverty. Next is gender equality. Since we are giving them these job opportunities, it will increase the amount of women in the workforce and therefore lessen gender disparity. Good health and well-being. These maternity packages enhance the health and well-being of both the moms and the newborns. For decent work and economic growth, it creates job opportunities for these moms. Therefore, there's going to be more exchange of products, more profit, and therefore fostering economic growth. Reduce inequalities. It promotes inclusivity and equity for these single moms and reduces inequality towards them by giving them opportunities. And lastly, partnerships for the goals. Our plan to partner with other companies that align with our enterprise's goals allows both parties to reach our goals faster.
So please, we need your support, not just in funding, but more importantly, in connections. Your network could open doors for us, connecting us with organizations or individuals that may be able to partner with us or wish to support us. Help us to ensure that every mother and newborn in the Philippines receives the essentials for a healthy and hopeful start to life.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. It was very nice. Sans, go ahead.
Hi, Adrian and Sophia. I really like your presentation, but I think your niche when it comes, because as you've identified your competition, bump packs and the online stores, your social impact agenda, you should emphasize that so that you could differentiate yourself when you're doing your marketing. And so that you could also, one suggestion is, as you said, your bundle to be packed by mothers. You could hire the single mothers that you are targeting to give bundle to, so that it's going to be circular. Your beneficiaries are also giving value to your company. I think that's it for me.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna add in because I have toddlers, so I'm very familiar with this. Yeah, there is actually I don't remember the name, and I can ask my wife later on. But there is actually a local company based out of, I think, Rizal or Valenzuela, that actually makes and manufactures baby diapers here in the country. They're very cheap and they're very good. You can be looking at that, doing some research with them as to what can pair with their products, because it's really good. The problem with kids, with infants, is that it's also very customized, especially for the middle to higher market, the economic market, because they get allergies and they get sick when sometimes because of a different brand. And that's just very normal. But I think where you can really learn here, where the biggest opportunity here, especially for single moms, rich and poor alike, are in I'm not sure what they call it, but like breast milk banks. There are milk banks all over the country now. You can be working there and asking more details as to which products can bundle together properly, that really fits them. And of course, asking the doctors. I think that's one other thing, asking the pediatricians in particular, because especially for new moms, whether they be single or not, the influence of the pediatrician, of the doctors, really count a lot, and they usually follow them, especially for the younger ones, those that are months old to below 3 years old. They really follow the advices of the doctors. Yeah, I think that's where it's at. But for how we can help you at NWTF, I think other than that, if you need some sort of pilot, though we are outside Metro Manila, but if you need some sort of pilot, or at least to do some research, to do some survey on expecting mothers or new mothers, we can help you with that as well. Thank you very much.
Beautiful business girls. Amazing, amazing, amazing. And thank you, Louise, for helping the girls. Thank you. And final group, Lik Hassa. Hope I've pronounced it correctly. I need to improve my Tagalog. Over to you, girls.
A very good day to all. So before we begin, I just want to introduce some facts about moms here in the Philippines. Did you know that around 14 to 15 million Filipinas are young single moms? Not only this, but women make up around a whopping 46% of the Philippine workforce. According to the DOH or Department of Health, an estimated 15 million single parents in the Philippines, 95% of them are women. There are 4.3 million families suffering under poverty, and 17.7% of these households are run by women.
With this said, we want to create a business that aims to help young single moms in the province, specifically with two problems: the lack of access to education and financial instability. Pregnancy hinders them from continuing their education, and lack of skills results in fewer job opportunities, which can lead to struggles to support their child. So we can clearly see that motherhood is not easy, especially in the province. But we can make it easier with our social enterprise called Likasa. Our brand name comes from two Filipino words, likha, which means to create, and pag-asa, which means hope. We aim to create hope for these women by providing them with the education needed to get quality jobs. Moreover, by integrating these women into the workforce, we could give the Philippines a 14% boost in its labor force. Now, we might not be able to reach every single one of these 15 million women, but through our business, Likasa, we aim for empowerment in every beat.
So let's introduce the team. Our team consists of 9 members. We have Macy, Mikey, Hannah, Sab, Justine, Tata, Rain, Leona, and Jessie.
Sorry, hold on. So, our solution to this problem is to create a jewelry making business, and the profit we earn will be used to create and fund a 10-week educational program that will help young single moms develop their careers as a student and improve their lifestyle as a mother. Just to provide you with a quick insight of how our program will proceed, we will hire teachers and hopefully invite mentors. This program will be held 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. On Mondays, there will be lessons about life and emotional intelligence. On Wednesdays, the moms will learn about a business skill and how to manage their finances. Finally, on Fridays, we will teach them about entrepreneurship or how to develop their career further.
The main SDGs Licasa contributes to are good health and well-being and quality education.
So the products we will be making are beaded bracelets and earrings. We are planning to sell our products as pop-up shops twice a month in popular malls here in the Philippines. Apart from this, we will promote and market our products by using social media platforms such as Lazada, Shopee, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And after doing a financial review, we estimate that to reach our target profit of 30,000 pesos a month, we need a startup investment of 45,000 pesos. With this, we plan to sell bracelets at 150 pesos each and earrings at 120 pesos each. If we sell at least 100 bracelets and 50 earrings a week, we estimate a total revenue of 84,000 pesos a month, giving us the profit of 30,000 pesos after taking out marketing expenses and other logistics costs.
So our target audience would be teenagers to young adults. Mikey and I have experience selling jewelry from a school project last year, and based on our sales, many people from our school alone have a lot of interest in beaded jewelry. Since our designs will be simple and trendy, we find that our products will best cater to the 13 to 25-year-old age bracket.
However, we are not the only business out there. Some of our competitors are Anza, Love Susie, and Modern Myth Jewelry. These small businesses are the top brands that are known to sell minimalist jewelry here in the Philippines.
So why choose us? Well, what sets the Casa apart from the rest is that we firstly focus on helping young single moms. Second, the funds from our bracelet business will go to educating the moms, sustaining this business, and supporting their starting job journey. And finally, we aim to educate our audience about the challenges faced by young single moms.
Now, for the timeline of our business. In months 1 and 2, we will hire mentors or teachers for the 10-week program. In months 2 and 3, we will buy materials and start making jewelry and online platforms. In months 4, we will begin selling open donations and release application forms. In month 5, we will finally start the program with 20 moms while continuing to sell our jewelry. In month 6, the program will end and we will invite the moms who are looking for a stable job and start the making and selling of bracelets. From months 7 and 8, we will delegate and organize funds and reset.
Our main goal is that by the end of 2026, more than 50 moms will have stable employment. Some additional goals include raising 30,000 pesos for a starting business, to hire and invite teachers and speakers, to assist moms in their career development and job opportunities, financially grow our social enterprise nationwide, higher education program impact, and brand collaborations and partnerships.
Given this, we aid moms in gaining the skills, experience, and education to develop their careers. We also provide the moms with financial support, specifically through their salary and the business's profit.
Thank you for listening. We ask for your consideration to collaborate with our business. Raymond and Andy, we're confident in this plan and we hope this business will further improve and flourish with your help. We strongly believe that through this collaboration, your company's image and reputation will skyrocket. We would also greatly appreciate if you were to connect us with some reliable mentors, influential people, and malls who would be interested in working with us. We're very eager to embark on this journey together toward mutual success and growth.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Very nice.
Sorry. Yeah, very nice presentation. Yeah, it's really interesting, and I like that you creating jobs for single moms. That's one area that I think we definitely can collaborate on. A lot of our women clients are moms, single mothers, and there's opportunity to partner there to help them, to train them to make jewelry or upskill them in certain ways. So we can definitely do that. In terms of finding malls, you're very familiar with Ayala, right? Ayala now, I think, offers space for social enterprises. I think they give it for free. That's an avenue that you can definitely pursue if you're looking for areas to sell the jewelry that you make.
Yeah, all Ayala malls in the country have a social enterprise area where social enterprises can display for free for a limited period, of course, but it's a good test run for that. So that's one, and we'd be happy to collaborate, especially if you want to benefit some of our clients. Doesn't have to be Negros. Even we operate in Southern Luzon, Batangas, Laguna area, which may be closer to you guys. I think what you need to be doing here is to really focus on one particular community. In the meantime, one barangay or one village, couple of single mothers there. You just check on secondary data, talk to the mothers, just really go out to the field. But for mentors, yes, there are a lot. We can help you. Paula can help you there. But yeah, we at NWTF would very much be willing to help you there, whether they be from the academe, people in the financial services industry field, or even from other fields that can be benefiting from them. I think what's ideal here is you create the sort of the list of courses or trainings that they need to undergo. But yeah, very nice. And again, since Andy mentioned it, started it already, I'm just gonna share. The Ayala group of companies actually do that within their malls, and there's just not that in today's presentation, but they also do for all their hotels and restaurant and resorts. They also do purchase vegetables, local produce from small local farmers as well. So they have, of course, as long as it meets their standards, but they have programs within that. And for financial education, I think the Banco, their thrift bank, also has a very strong financial education program, and they've been partnering with a lot of companies and as well as social enterprises. Yeah. Thank you.
Cool. Amazing work, girls. So what I'll do is I'll connect you to Raymond, and then now it's about action. And that's why you've got Boss Your Future on the back of our screens at all time, because we can all change the world, but we need to boss our future, take action and move forward. So congratulations. We are so proud. And it's so incredible that you girls build these businesses in less than 4 days, really. Because the first day we had shopping day with you guys and touring around Sydney. And then in 4 days of classes, you girls were perfectly able to understand a problem, come up with a solution, build a timeline, and present it so effectively. So it's absolutely incredible what you girls are doing. And now the next step is action. So we are now in November. We know that many of you girls have the opportunity of doing internships as part of your study at Woodrose. So let's see how we can get all of you girls over to the college, and I will join you girls. And then from then onwards is really, I love what some of you were talking about, is measuring the impact. So we have a goal, and how are we measuring the impact? And through trial and error, trying new techniques and strategies for us to together achieve the goals. So thank you, Sandra, Andy, and Raymond, for sharing your time with us, your knowledge. And I hope that we can all continue to collaborate with this batch of grade 9s to 12s, and for many more years and decades together with Woodrose, which is a school that we absolutely love as well. Big hugs. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. And we'll see you guys soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, principals.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you, guys.
Congratulations, everyone.
Okay, thank you.
Big hugs. See you soon.
Congratulations.
Bye-bye. Good night.
Bye.
Congratulations.
Bye.
Bye, B. Let me just stop the recording.
Perfect. And I think Sam wanted to speak to me. Sam, I'm here for your questions.
Let me just stop the stream.
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yes, I
Okay.
can.
Okay.
Yes.